Sasha says hi. Okay. The art community is asking all of the artists. Hold on a second. I have to clear my throat. I've got some fresh kombucha here that I made. Okay, so the art community is asking artists or anybody who makes art, any kind of art, jewelry, anything like that. They're asking not to get involved with the crisis in Ukraine and Russia, not to take sides, because we have friends on both sides. And if we support Ukraine, um, the Russians who have no say so over what's happening there, and they don't, it's like we don't need a divide in the art community. And I get it. So I had at first supported Ukraine, and I had a banner up, and I took it down already a couple days ago because they're right. If we support one side, it leaves the other side out, and it causes divide. So they ask, don't support the Ukrainian Etsy pages without supporting the Russian Etsy pages too. So, okay. Yeah, frankly, we want peace. We don't want all this bullshit going on. So I'm wondering what to paint today. I have a stack of canvases. I'm going to show you how I buy them. This one's these I haven't even opened yet, but they're from Arteza, and they're black, and it's like a stack. They're only 8 by 10s, and these are stretched canvases. You can see the back side here, and they are primed black. You can see there. Right there. So I mean, should I paint something green? Should I paint something for the new moon? Something for the worm moon, since they call this one the worm moon, because as the snow melts, and actually under the snow, all right, there's still snow on the ground. But if you could just lift that up, you usually see it melting underneath the snow, because the earth is warming up and frost is coming out of the ground. And if you could just lift up that big sheet of icy snow, you would see all kinds of worm trails. The Native Americans dubbed this moon the worm moon this month. And that's why, because of the earthworms coming up. And it's not only earthworms that leave these kind of trails on top of the ground. It's also mice, little rodents and critters that make trails under the snow across the land. And you find little food hutches and where they have their nests. And one year I had one of those. They're big cables, like these round spools that they have cables wrapped around them. People sometimes use them for picnic tables, big, huge, round spools. And one year we lifted one up during spring, and there was about 200 mice underneath it on top of the ground, and they all started running. And I had 2 dogs out there, and one dog was border collie and Australian cattle dog, and she just started grabbing mice, and in one snap she'd drop it and go for the next one right away. And she was just crazy getting those mice. The other dog was a husky, part wolf, and he was overwhelmed, and he tried to follow her lead. She was the boss, and he tried to follow what she was doing, and he went to grab a mouse, but it grabbed his lip, and there he stood. He wasn't crying real hard or yelping. He was just having that real little whine that they do, like, what am I going to do now? Because the mouse bit onto his lip and it was hanging there. And he didn't know what to do. He's just like, oh, memories. So hold on a second. I will be right back. And then we'll figure out what to paint. There. I had to take my drugs. I'm on drugs, from the doctor. I was in the hospital the other day. And I'm on an antibiotic because I have an infection. And I'm trying to kick that. Trying to go on a really strict diet because I don't want to gain weight when I quit smoking. So here I have these canvases. My husband makes canvases. He has a wood shop, and canvases are one of the things that he makes. But he hasn't had time because we are busy training our puppy. We're helping somebody move, and they're going to have an estate sale. They went into a retirement home, and there's just so much. There's always so much going on, so much to do. So he has not had time to make me canvases. So I bought a couple dozen, and I got these on sale. I buy things when it's on sale. So I save money because all of the art projects I do, I pay for, and I don't ask social media for any money. Let me just get rid of this garbage. I was thinking about starting a Patreon account for my artwork, but then I thought, nah, I think what I'm going to do is start a GoFundMe for my dog, my puppy, to cover the cost of training and equipment that's going to be going into her to serve the community. So I thought maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe. Not sure. I've been flipping the mill myself this whole time. Look at how it's got plastic on it yet. You can see Right there, that's my coffee cup. That's how big my coffee cup is. What else is in here? I've got ceiling beams. There's a door. Okay, enough of that. Hi. Hello. How you doing? I hope your day is well. The springtime is coming, and I hope people start feeling the goodness of spring, the light. We're coming out of the dark days of winter now. There still will be snow, and that's okay. There will be ice storms for some people, and all the things that come along with spring. And it's okay because things will get better. Summers are short, time flies so fast. This summer, make sure you spend that quality time soaking it all up and spending quality time with your family in the summer months, because it goes away so fast. But the winter is fun to spend with your family too, for sledding and all those types of activities. I used to hate winter, but why hate it? Why not utilize it and make it fun? And I love sledding. Oh my God, do I love sledding. So every time we have snow, I'm a pretty happy person. No, I don't like to drive in it. No one does, but I'm just going to wipe off my camera lens before I get started. There might be some fingerprints on it. Okay. So maybe we'll do something green. And I am going to try and use up some old paint. I would like to mix the green with this purple. So we would have green and purple. I have a lot of paint I want to use up. And some of this paint in particular I just showed is not mixed. You can see how thick it is. So, and I have a variety of different brands here. So I'm going to use that to make paint thicker if I have to. So let's see what this paint is doing. This paint, some of it's 2 years old, and I don't think it lasts that long in these little cups. So let's see what we got. Maybe we're going to wind up throwing a lot of paint away. And that's good because I need to spring clean. This paint looks good here. That paint does. It's a kind of a light aqua. I was going to do a cattail painting for a person who had asked me for a painting once, and we wound up having a lot of differences and parting, and I never got to make her that piece of art that she wanted. So, and that was going to be cattails. I was going to put some aqua in there. I had a really great idea, but hey, some things were just not meant to be, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't, because her friend, the last one I sent some art to, just wound up throwing it out, and that's okay. Once I send something out, it's theirs to do whatever they want with it. That's right. A gift means you can do whatever you want to it. And a person shouldn't feel bad if the gift's not appreciated. You did your part. I mean, what kind of expectations would I have had anyways? At least a thank you. But sometimes we don't even get that. So once you send somebody a gift, don't always expect a thank you. And if they don't like it, they can do whatever they want with it. Throw it away. They can throw it away. And you move on. So I am, and you know, when you make this stuff, it is very easy to feel hurt because we put a lot of work, we put ourselves into what we do. Our emotions, our feelings, our physical work, money out of our pocket. And it's very easy to get butthurt. And I have learned, remembering back to the old saying my mother used with me when I was a kid, when you give someone a gift, it's theirs to do what they want with it. And she's right. So this is real thick. I will have to thin this one down. I'm only going to use a little tiny bit of this color, not much. Here's another one. This here, I'm pretty sure, has got Floetrol, maybe some silicone oil in it. But these were more of the greens that I'm looking for the month of March. Kelly green, olive green. I don't like green. I think that when I see green in a person's aura, I feel something off. Green used to be the favorite color of my mother's. My mother loved green. But she liked the happy greens. Sometimes, like aqua's actually, although I don't like the color much, I don't care for it. It is the color for 2022. But the greens that my mom used to like were the happy greens, like aqua. We had a room painted aqua once, our front room, and it was like, oh my goodness. The only way I like greens is in greenery, scenery, paintings and stuff like that, and money. Otherwise, I think that it's a dangerous color. It can put us in a rotten mood. It reminds me of slime and oogie things, and it's just not really one of my favorite colors. But to make a shamrock or something like that, maybe I would use these colors somewhere in those shamrocks. This is a nice thick paint. I'm happy with the consistency, so I'm going to leave that one out. Let's go on. This one here is kind of a Kelly green. Let's get that stirred up. It's kind of a brighter green. I'm going to leave this one here in the picture because it's one that we're going to use. It looks like what was found in some diaper somewhere. But this green here is much better that I'm stirring right now. I mean, this is diaper green. Ugh. Some rivers look like this. Sewers. Yucky stuff. Okay, this paint here, this consistency is just a little bit thinner than this. You can see here. Let's see if you can see this in the camera. Not real good. But this diaper green, I'm going to call this diaper green. This diaper green, when it falls off the stick and it falls onto the surface of the paint, it kind of leaves a little mound on top of a mound. And this is a little bit thinner. It flows faster. It doesn't leave a mound. So let's see what the next one is. And then we'll decide whether I have to, if I'm going to thicken this or thin that. Let's see what this green is. Of all different tones of green. Ew. This one here, it appears that it's all different colors of green, like a camouflage. And I probably had a long time ago a bunch of different greens, and I threw them all in one cup, and that's what happened here. Let's see, it's camel. My painting today is gonna kind of look like this when I'm done with it. Then I'm gonna let it dry, and I'm gonna paint black around the edges to make shamrocks. I don't know if I'm going to put a little Irish guy. I always thought Irish elves were kind of unlucky for me. I don't know if I want to stir this because it's already kind of, oh, what the hell, let's stir it. Because I think that was just on the surface. And it looks like I have a color very similar to this. So I think we're going to just throw these all together in that cup there. There. Yeah, you can't even tell I mixed them. Soup, pea soup. Yes, pea soup. That's what it looks like. Anyways, the kind of green my mother loved was a nice, bright, happy-looking green. And this one we're going to set aside. Let's open this one. Ooh, it's a light green, kind of like a lime green. Now this one looks like pea soup. This is a pea soup green. And it's a thinner consistency. I think we're going to wind up thinning this dark sewer green. This diaper green. Okay. And then I have some bottles of green. We're going to shake them up and we're going to see what they look like. This is all part of getting your painting ready and deciding what you're going to paint and how it's going to look, you know, picking out your colors and stuff like that. I need a pin. I've got a clog. Yeah. That's how old these are. The paint is starting to dry inside. And that's why I have to start using them up. I need a tool. Let me see, what can I use? A crochet hook would work really good for cleaning these spouts out. I don't think I have a crochet hooker, do I? Let's look. Usually I'm the queen of tools here. How about a dental tool? I got that. That'll work. So just get that thick film out of there. All right. There. Okay, so that's a green we'll add to our arsenal. It's kind of a brighter Kelly green. And what's this? I got this green. I'm afraid this is going to be like pea soup green. But let's see. Yeah, it's the same color as our pea soup green. And then we'll just set that one aside. How about this green? All right, this is kind of a different green. We'll add this one to our arsenal. There's some marbles in this bottle. And then I've got this green. Oh, I like that green. That's nice. That's like a forest green. I like very dark green. That's nice. All right, so we're going to take a little bit of this diaper green and a little bit of this aqua and thin it down a little. We're going to thin it with Floetrol and water. You go over and get some cups. And I've got these small cups. I'm going to need 2 of them. Well, I'll leave those out of the bag. I'll put them up on my shelf. Okay. So I'm going to take some of this thicker paint, and this is what we're going to do. I'm going to put it in a cup. See how much is in there? Like three of these scoops, like that. And then I'm going to get some Floetrol. And I need to pour this Floetrol through a screen because Floetrol has chunks in it. After you open it, I don't know, they magically get these chunks. So this is what we're going to do. Pour through a screen so you don't get any chunks in your painting. And I usually go 1-to-3 ratio, 1 part paint, 3 parts Floetrol. They don't always have to be in that order. I'm really not going to use much of this aqua color in this painting. I try and wipe off the screen and get off what I can. I used to have a little, I don't know, like a food drainer, sort of like a screen colander, but it got overused from my workshop and I had to throw it out. So then I'm going to also add a little bit of water, and I put water in this small container here so I don't have to handle a gallon of water, but this is distilled water. Now I'm going to stir this up good and start thinning it with water because it's still quite thick. That Floetrol is thick. The Floetrol doesn't really thin the paint much. It's a paint conditioner, and there's oils in it and all kinds of stuff. And what it's supposed to do is slow down the dry time of your paint, and your paint is supposed to have less brush marks in it. There. I'm not going to put any silicone in their paint. We're just going to see what we get. Some of this older paint might even have silicone in it. So it's going to be like a surprise. Okay, so I'm done with the aqua color now. I might do something with that color later on. I'm going to get a drink and I will be right back. Okay. Got a jug of kombucha. Ginger kombucha. Homemade kombucha. So I've got this aqua ready to go. And now I'm just going to thin down a little bit of that diaper green. I would like to put a little gold in with this. I'm not sure. I mean, this is a small canvas. I mean, I'm not going to need much paint. I'll embellish it when I'm done. I still have to embellish our last painting we did together online. And this is how it turned out. Much different. I took a balloon and made balloon smashes. And this is what I got. So I figured I could make these into daisies real easy. And I was going to do that the other day, but a lot of things came up. I got a new mouse. My mouse, that last mouse I had didn't last long. So I got me a new mouse. Got a lot of other things happening around here that training with our dog. We've had some illnesses. We're helping helping the neighbor get ready for their estate sale, all kinds of things. So I haven't had time to be on painting or wire wrapping as much as normal. You know, just like life. Life is happening, real life. So hold on a minute. I need to go over and get another cup. I will be right back. Okay, I also found out that you're going to hear the dogs bark. Pretty soon, the dog trainer is on her way over. She is working, it'll be a female today. She's working to train my husband. Yeah, it's actually my husband that gets trained and certified. And there's some things that they need to go over with him before he can have his certifications. They have to do background checks. I would be a handler, but I don't think I can. Oh, I got to go back on cam. I can't take the field work because I have a bad spine. And my husband is an outdoorsman. Here I found a big glob in this paint. I don't want to fall into my painting, so I got to get that out of there. That thing. So my husband is going for dog training, and he's going to be the dog handler because he's an outdoorsman and he has been in these woods since he was a kid. And for me, I mean, I like to walk through the woods, but for that kind of, if the dog has to go searching with a team, I don't think I would be able to keep up. So my husband's going to do the certification. Yeah, it's us that get certified, not the dog. Well, the dog too, I guess, but. So I've got some green, ugly green in here, and I really don't want much of this in my painting, just a little hint of it. And I'm going to thin it down, and all I'm going to do is add a little bit of water. I'm not going to add any Floetrol to this because I don't want any more than I need of this color. This is like, ugh. Okay. I mean, I have limits and boundaries when it comes to green. But March is a green month. You know, we have St. Patty's Day. Spring is here. We have the spring equinox. A lot of places have flowers blooming. Up in the north, we still have snow happening. But under that snow, it's all new shoots. New shoots of herbs and grass And it's a whole underworld, whole nother world under that snow. There, that'll be good. Now, what we're going to do is put this into a pour cup. But first, let's go take a look at the gold. See if I'm going to add any gold. I'll need another cup. I've got 24 karat gold paint by Americana Deco Art. And I hope this paint is still good. Lucky I was even able to get it open. Oh yeah, that's beautiful paint. This is just gorgeous, thick, lustrous paint. I think I'm going to put a cup of that in there too. But I know it's going to have to be thinned. Oh yeah, that's really, really thick paint. Really thick. So let's put a scoop of that. Doesn't even want to fall off the stick. I think the dogs will start barking any minute. There's a glob of something on there. Either that or it was a bubble. I'm not sure. But I didn't want it in my paint. Okay. I'd say that's enough. I mean, it's such a small canvas. Okay. Let's put a little water in this. Just a little bit. Drops. That's all we need is just drops. Uh-oh. One dog barks. Sasha's not barking yet. Oh, I think she's going to start. There she went. She's doing what the other big dog does. She's learning from him. A couple more drops of water till we're at the consistency. And I mean drops because this is such a small amount of paint. Just a couple more drops. I don't know what they were barking at, but the person's not here yet. There, we're getting there. I just want one more or two more drops of water. Not much. There. That should be it. Stir it up and see what we got. I think we're perfect now. It's a lot looser. The consistency is thinner. Yeah, that's it. All right. So now we're going to get another cup. Yes, another cup. Let's see. Not this one. We want a different cup. I will be right back, people. While you're waiting for me, I want to mention again, as I did at the beginning of this video, that the art community is asking not to support either Ukraine or Russia, especially the Etsy shops. They don't want to be involved in the politics of war in the art community. And I think they have a good idea. They don't want to cause divide, and they don't want to leave anyone out. So we're asking people who in the art community don't come in chats or on the groups supporting one or the other when we're all in this together. And they're starting to work things out anyways. It's horrible what's happening on either side. All right. I have a big cup here. I'm going to keep my gold separate. I'm not going to mix it. I'm going to keep the gold and the purple separate. So I'm going to put those right there. The gold has a lot of bubbles in it. Now, what I'm going to do is start pouring paint into this cup. Like this. I'm going to let it run down the side. And do what it's going to do in the cup. It might even look drinkable by the time I'm done. We'll see. I've got a Floetrol plug. Let me get my screen. Here's my screen. Floetrol has plugged the spout on this bottle. And that still might be in the nozzle here. Let's get in there and dissect. No, it's in the big bottle. Oh, wait. I got some. All right. Yeah, this paint is old. It's starting to like make a film inside where it kind of dried onto the bottle. And then when I go and shake it up, it just kind of mixes it up again. See, I can't squeeze out of this bottle. There is a plug in there. There, I got it out. And there's another one. I just might as well squeeze them all through that screen. Here comes the ugly green. Ew. It's like monster green. Diarrhea green. Yuck. Diaper green. Yeah. Now we're going to put this lovely aqua color in here. And we're going to keep filling this cup. Until that's done dripping. So I don't want all the greens to mix. And we'll pour some of this. And some of this green. This here's a pretty green. Although, you know, I don't care for the color green. It depends what it is. When you look at malachite, I love malachite. I mean, malachite is a beautiful stone, but they say it's man-made. Okay. I like green with black. This time we're going to do green with purple. And I need a piece of paper towel to dab off my screen. Yeah, there was a lot of filmy stuff on this screen from the Floetrol that's in the paint. Okay. All right. Let's just get some of this out of our way. I think I have enough paint in this cup. Enough for now, anyways. Plus, we're going to add the purple and gold. So just get ready here to do this pour. I have a box that I pour in to give you an idea. If you want to try some paint pours and you don't want to invest a lot into it, just cut a box down and make a tray. Go to the dollar store, buy some canvases for $1. That's the Dollar Tree. You can buy these canvases 8x10 for $1 each. Some of your paint can even come from the paint store. It should be acrylic. Tempera paint is hard to do paint pours with and get the effects that you want to achieve. That's why acrylic is recommended. All right. So first I'm going to lay a base coat down. And the base coat allows the paint that you put on top of it to flow smoothly. Otherwise, when you do your color cup, which is where I put all the greens, it would roll on top of each, keep rolling, and you'll see your effects disappear because it rolls and it sticks to the canvas. Where if you put a base coat down like this, okay, your paint inside there is going to flow without rolling on top of each other. And the reason I'm using the screen is because this is old paint and there might be some glops of stuff in there that I don't want on my painting when I'm done. So this paint will actually run off. I'm going to spread it around. I'm probably going to put a glove on and smear it around. I don't feel like dirtying a paintbrush. So I just use a gloved hand and smear the paint around the edges. See? I think there's silicone in this paint. Silicone normally does not stick to the canvas. So what it'll do is probably just make some, show the canvas through it, but this canvas is primed black. So I don't mind a few black spots showing. It's okay. Okay, now you're going to hear the dogs bark. Yeah, it's getting kind of thin, so I'm going to put a glove on and just smear that around. I think my glove is painted shut. Hold on a minute. See, what you're seeing here on this side is paint not sticking to the canvas because there was silicone in it. I didn't remember what cups had silicone and what not, because some of these cups are 2 years old, and the piece of masking tape that I had notes written down fell off. But that's okay because it's black and maybe it will help with the design. Let's see if they'll stick after I rub with my hand. Let's see. Or it might get worse. But there's going to be so much paint on here by the time I'm done. I don't think it's going to matter. This is kind of a watered down paint too. So it's thin. Oh, we have all kinds of freckles happening here. Now what I did was I spread the silicone out into thin spots of it. All right. Well, I'm going to pour some purple. I'm going to try and divide this purple up. And now I'm going to pour some green. And this is called a dirty cup pour, I think. They have all different kinds of names for these paint pours. I think the paint kind of mixed a little too much. You're probably going to hear Sasha cry a little bit because she is looking out the door at her trainer and watching my husband, and she wants to be out there with them. She will be. She just has to have patience. Now I'm going to let this sit and see what pops up. I think it's really ugly. And I think we might need some more purple and possibly some gold. Let's see. I need my strainer. Hold on a minute. I'm just going to pour some green right in this cup with the purple paint because we need some more movement. There's not enough movement in this painting. It needs more movement. So I've got some green going on in here in the purple cup. And I'm going to put some gold. What I mean by movement, there's just not enough happening. So I put some green inside the purple, and now I'm going to pour some gold. And this is such thick paint. And then what we're going to do is, oh, that looks like a worm. This one here, it has an eyeball. Well, that's just mighty cute. All right. So we're going to start pouring. Hold on a second. Okay. Get another drink. I'm going to go around the edge and I'm chewing ice. Just to get some color change in there. And then we're going to start tilting it and try and get some movement. Okay. Let's see what that does. I'm going to put some gloves on so I don't get paint all over my hands again. Hold on, I have to get them turned right side out. And with paint on them already, they're hard to turn right side out. There. All right. So all the excess paint is dripping into this box. And I can just throw that away when I'm done with it. But there is an awful lot of paint on this canvas. And we're going to let's see. Let's just try and make some lines through the center. Just for some movement. Because I didn't want to pour all that purple off. I want to get that in the center. We'll get another tool. We're going to use this for a background. There's actually going to be some shamrocks painted on top of this. So let's dump some of this paint off. You know, people say, why do you put so much paint on it if you're just going to dump it off? That's what flow art is all about. That's what makes it flow art. It's letting the paint kind of do its own thing. I would say there's some movement in here now. There's a couple of things going on here. Let's just dump some off on this side and see what happens. Did you ever see shamrocks with a little bit of purple mixed in with them? I think I have. I think we kind of have those kind up here by me. So there's some movement. It looks like there's movement going on. And I'm going to stop manipulating it now. Yes, I'm going to stop manipulating the paint. And see what it does. See what it gives me here. Let's torch it. Let's see what it does. It's all about playing with the paint. I'll take off this glove. That one's ready for the thrash. I put all of my paint items into a different garbage can. Okay, now I'm going to come in with a torch. And see what effects I get, if any. Maybe I won't get any. Just watching the paint do its thing. Kind of looks like a dragonfly head and a body with a wing or something. Let's torch it again and see if I can get some colors to come up. So the green is making some cells pretty good. That's nice. You don't want to burn the paint. That is one thing. So you got to keep your torch constantly moving. Hi. Hold on, I will be right back. Okay, and we got that settled. So this is what I've got. It's like, ew, kind of like, ew. I don't really care for green, but I can paint 3-dimensional shamrocks on top of this. I've done some 3-dimensional art in the past, and it's turned out really nice. I think the shamrocks will look really good 3-dimensional. And what I do is just kind of go around the edge with black and make circles with the shamrocks in them. The colors are going to be the shamrock surrounded with black. If you can figure what that would look like. So this is my green painting for the month. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Happy full moon. I hope that peace is with you. I hope that you're safe. I hope that you're well. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I hope that you're happy. Take care, all. I'll see you in my next video.